Hello, 3D Maniac here, and today I have here a miniature grapple gun that you can use to hook onto mostly anything, and it's a pretty fun toy. Let's learn how to make it. So guys, what you will need to make your homemade grapple gun is a few simple things. So what you will need to do first is open your floss container and get out the floss. This will be used as the cord that holds together the grapple to the gun. And first, we will start with the handle of the gun, which is basically this. So it'll be like a... So we start with this, and then basically what we're gonna do is we are going to get the two pencils. And we are just going to get a little bit of duct tape. We got a bit of duct tape. We are going to bind these two pencils together. So put it at an angle, wrap it around, separate. And yeah, we have our makeshift barrel that we are going to attach to the glass container. Make sure you leave a little bit of room at the back. But basically make sure that it is flat. Like so, and then we are going to basically get some more duct tape or scotch tape or whatever you like, and basically just adhere, and then we're just gonna put it on top. The good thing about two pencils is that there's a groove in the middle, which will be pretty cool for the pen to just travel through, or the grapple. Then seal it up, shoot her. Now we're going to use the binder clip. So basically just take it like so. There should be, make sure that they are both folded back. And there will be this little edge here. Make sure that's clamped. Just take some duct tape and then rip it in half, which is a skill that can be hard to master. Once you have your little half width duct tape, and do what you do best and just wrap it around. We have to secure, I guess the pseudo, which is literally just, you know, basically what we're going to do is take the totally hollow sort of tube gizmo that you are going to use. First, get some scotch tape for the scope. Just wrap it around with scotch tape. And then get the big boys out, the duct tape, and there we go. We have our scope, our release mechanism for firing the grapple gun. Now all we need to do is incorporate the firing mechanism, which is this rubber band. Cut it in half, and this will be used to propel our dart. Both sides of the rubber band attach to the scope, and that you can pull back on it. So like so, and then you should be able to pull back and fire. So yeah, get your scotch tape out, wrap it around, securing it, but we are not going to just use scotch tape because scotch tape is inferior to duct tape. Place it on, wrap it around, making sure that it is tight and fit around that rubber band, because the worst thing that can happen is your rubber band slips out as you are preparing to launch your weapon. Is start to make our miniature grapple. We're going to use these paper clips, and instead of doing it like this where it's weak, I'm just gonna bend the entire thing in half-ish, like so. Okay, and then we're just going to do that for all three of these. Yeah, we're going to, and then what you're gonna do is take your friendly neighborhood duct tape, and then rip it into little strips. So what we're gonna do is wrap the duct tape around the hook, like so. Right? Just so we know what's going to not be adhesed to the pen. So then just do that for the rest of your little hooks. So get the tape, put it at an angle, Wrap it around. Boom. And last one. Put it on an angle. Wrap it around. And there we go. We have our 3 hooks. It's into the scope. So make sure you keep this as clean as possible. So there we go now. So now that we have our grapple, now we have to figure out string. So we can connect the grapple to the thing, so we can shoot things and then you know, pull them and stuff like that. You always want to be able to retract your grapple. So start with your floss. And basically we're just gonna first pick out how much length you want. I'm just gonna measure from one end of my room to the other. Yeah. So now that you have your amount of, now that you have the length of floss measured, basically, you're just going to attach one end of the floss to the grapple. Doesn't really matter how much you, so long as you just take your Scotch tape and just, you know, put some tape around it. Not too much. Remember, we just want to make sure that this doesn't fall out. That seems to be good enough for me. And then what we're gonna do is, to make sure that this thing is orderly, we're going to put a little bit of a spool on to, and that's why you want a marker cap or something like this. Now basically what we're just going to do is take our Scotch tape and secure the cap on. And the trick is to do this last, so you really have everything planned out. Okay, so we have that secured. Now, take the other end of the floss that you have and attach it firmly to the spool. I'd like to do it like this so that we can start wrapping from the back into the front. Because if you're using this like in an office or anything, the string doesn't need to be that long. It only needs to be the size of a room. My room is not that big, but it's good. It's good. It's all good. Okay, now that we've secure that, now just wrap it up. Fire at a non-suspecting person. And then pull. So if this gun can take a tripod down, I mean, what else can it take down, right? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to create havoc on your office, school, or home. And see you next time. Peace.